I met a gypsy.
How was, I didn't get to go to Cardiff. I was going to go to Cardiff, but Millsy had his wedding on, so shout out to Jack. Congratulations on the wedding. How was the experience? Because I watched the broadcast. Obviously, the first broadcast of any like new series is not going to be like a true reflection of like the event itself, I feel like, but looked really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I watched just kind of like all the motos, like the condensed version of the broadcast, and I didn't really see what everybody was complaining about. Maybe it was different when you were watching it live and there's some downtime or something, but
Yeah.
I don't know. The race was sick. Like the town, the Cardiff, like where we were at was so rad. Like the stadium was right in the middle of town. The hotel was right there. There was restaurants and bars. Like the place was, it was going off. It was a cool experience. And then it didn't look like I did when I watched it. It didn't look like there was that many people, but there was a lot of people. Like
Yeah.
they just had, for some reason, they had the bottom floor like all plastic over it, and like they didn't offer those as seats because I guess the stadium, it's kind of like got a mound in the center.
Yeah.
So because of all the jumps and stuff, they didn't want to have people like with bad views, so they put everybody up top. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it was loud. People were stoked. Like all day long, like in the streets, it was like you couldn't even walk around. It was all moto fans just blowing horns, and I mean, yeah, all those buildings there like built in like 1000.
Yeah.
Everything's all old, and I was pumped on it.
That was my one bit of feedback that I actually gave down to the production team today, was that on the broadcast you just couldn't hear the fans, but I was having people, like we actually stayed up live. It was like 3 a.m. when it was on in Oz, and we stayed up live to watch it, and it sounded like there was no one there. But then I'd get, people were sending me a bunch of like Instagram stories or whatever from the event, and it was like insanely loud, dude.
Yeah, I mean, people were all over the streets the whole day. And I mean, in the crowd, it was going off. Like when I hit that quad, like the place, it erupted. It was sick. Like that was definitely the highlight for me, for sure. It was cool. I mean, the fans all seen it. They were all like, you know, nobody had hit it yet, you know, in all the races. So it was just kind of a cool moment.
Dude, it must just be cool for you just in general to be like back at the races, and then like the spotlight's on you, and then you uncork something like that and the crowd goes crazy. Like that's something that I guess, I don't know, I feel like you're like sort of known to be that guy. So like for you to have that moment, that feels right.
It's just cool because a lot of times like in Supercross we'd do stuff like that, but it'd just be in practice, you know, and then maybe like 100 people in the stands like seeing it and they're stoked. But to have that opportunity where the spotlight's on you and, you know, the whole stadium's there watching one person. Yeah. It's just, I think it's cool for me as a rider, but I think it's really good for all the sponsors, you know, like just to actually get that time where spotlight's on one person, focusing on the sponsors, and it's just, it's cool all the way around.
Yeah, I always thought, and I'm pretty sure I've spoken about it before, but I always thought that opening ceremonies in the US could be a Super Bowl. So you like bring the guys out, you play their song, you do their whole deal, like a lap around, and then it's like on the gate, bang, hot lap, and then that gives you like that kind of gate pick. Because you're right, like there's so many advantages to it. I think it's like a good chance for fans to like really connect with someone too. Like I feel like just to get to see like an individual rider's style, like the way that you rode the Cardiff track is like different to Kenny and different to Eli. So I just think there's a lot of different like nuances that could like make that pretty special. And I think that it was sick that these guys did that Super Bowl, and I think it was a lot of people's like favorite part of the event.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a great idea if they took note and did something like that. I just you know, they got their schedule, and that's kind of the way they do it. And you know, it's not broke, so why fix it? I feel like is how they do it. But it's cool. Like with this series, we get to try out these new ideas and these new things and see what works. And definitely, if you were there in the crowd, like that was, it seemed like a high point for the crowd.
What was had you done a Super Bowl before? Because they've done them here, like in the OzX and the the OzX Opens in the years previous. Was that your first one, or had you done it before?
No, I've done it before at quite a few.
Oh, like Bercy and stuff do it as well,
I think
too.
like Geneva used to do it.
Yeah.
They're always kind of playing with the, you know, the schedule and the format and everything too. Like they used to have like these elimination races and stuff.
Really?
Like, they're always trying new stuff, which is kind of cool.
How's it feel as a rider doing the Super Bowl lap? Like, do you feel pressure? Like, is it hard to throw down a heater, or does it feel pretty similar to like the way you're doing it in quali?
I didn't even really, like, my lap was just clean, and then I hit the quad. Like, it wasn't like a crazy fast lap or anything. I think the whole time I kind of was thinking, okay, just hit my marks, and then, make sure I do the triple before the quad just perfect so I can,
Yeah.
I knew that was my one moment to shine. I know it's going to be kind of hard to get out in front and lead and bust something like that out and be seen. So I just wanted to have a clean lap. And when I pulled it out, I was I was pumped because I did it twice in practice, and that was one of the most violent transitions of any jump I've ever hit. Cause
really?
It was kind of a small 3-footer, and it seemed like the spacing was a lot shorter in between those two jumps.
Yeah.
And it was a steep lip, and the landing was, we measured, it was like 82 feet or something like that.
That's a pretty big hit off a 3-foot lip.
Well, yeah, I mean, you didn't even have a full bike length of flat transition into it, so you just had to be perfect. And then, so I was a little bit, I didn't want to frame it and look like an idiot. I guess the only pressure is just not looking like an idiot.
I feel like people just generally appreciate the effort. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, man, we appreciate the effort.
It was cool. I had fun.
And Tomac didn't do it. Kind of got that over him,
I mean, Tomac went and won everything, so
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It really wasn't that
Take
much.
your wins when you can get it,
I'll take that one. No, but, I mean, I don't think it was really that much faster, just because, like, you kind of had to, the next turn was so slippery, and it wasn't banked very good.
Yeah.
So even if you went triple and single and just launched out and then kind of made a quick pivot, it really wasn't a whole lot faster.
So would it have been faster if the berm was like way peakier and you could have just like really tucked in and railed it, or?
Yeah, or just some more traction or something, or ruts.
Yeah,
where like it was just the dirt there got real. It seemed like it was going to be soft, and then it just got real hard packed.
Is it? Do you think that the dirt gets like better over years that they run there? Or is it like the dirt kind of stays the same? Does that make sense? Because I feel like some tracks, like there'll be some tracks where it's like a new venue on the series, and then they go there year after year, and it's like the dirt kind of gets better over time. Is that like a real thing?
I don't know. Some places they store the dirt. They have a dirt storage, and then maybe they screen it more times and it gets better. I don't know, but. I don't think there's really anything wrong with the dirt. I thought the track was sick.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say is like they maybe should have moved some of the hay bales or the
cardboard boxes. Yeah.
Like maybe move them closer to the berms just so that like the insides weren't so far away from the berm.
Yeah.
Because they just it seemed like they opened the corners up too much to where the outside was too far away.
Yeah.
So then it just made everybody kind of do that road race line up the inside.
Yeah.
Like even before and after the whoops, like you should never go inside before whoops and jump through.
And it be faster.
But it was like you could rail the outside and then just absolutely annihilate the whoops and then go outside and be as fast as, it wouldn't be like any different than if you just went up the inside and just popped 3 and called it a day.
Yeah. Well, is there any are these guys asking for any feedback when it comes to the track stuff?
I mean, the guys that did the track in Wales is Justin and Outfie and one of the guys from Bakers.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're like the coolest dudes. They do a really good job on the track, and they kind of asked us, what we thought of it and everything. But there was really nothing that I would tell them to do different with the track that at Wales, maybe other than throw maybe a little more water to begin with.
Yeah.
Just so we would kind of get the moisture into the dirt and maybe get a few ruts and things like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way they built it was good. And it was just different. Like a few people were complaining like, oh, the tabletops are too short and steep. And it's like, yeah, okay, but it's different.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be the same cookie cutter
spec,
track for us to have good racing. Like, if you like that, perfect. Go, the States the tabletops always be the same in the States.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.